Well, welcome back to the Outdoor Drive podcast. It's your boy East Coast Trev and
Steve.
nope, not good. Not good. Not gonna happen, Steve.
Just Steve.
The
Just
miraculous
Steve.
Steve? The
No, no,
miraculous
no,
Steve?
no, just Steve.
The
We're back
invincible
to that.
Steve?
We made it like 3
I'm playing.
episodes. What are you trying to stir over there?
I don't know. I somehow had
Everyone listening,
screwdriver
Trev's
in my
playing with a
fucking.
screwdriver. So
What in the hell? I don't know. I have this really nice studio table, and I'm trying to put the screwdriver through the table. This is. Oh man.
sounds like
Welcome to
2020.
2020. Oh,
Yeah.
close to the end of it. Oh man.
Couple more days, man.
Well,
2020 will be behind us.
I do want to just, thank everybody for taking the drive with us, man. It's been a great ride. We're looking at almost a year here come February, and we've met a ton of people down on the way. I'll tell you that. I mean, I know we'll get into that deep in this conversation, but
For 2020 being as
wanna thank
screwed up as it is, man, we have got some serious love.
I will say this. I think, to be honest, 2020 has been the best year of my entire life.
Your
I'd
season's
have to
been
say that.
like by season, I'm gonna have to define as your year. Like year from the start
My
till
year,
now has been epic. Like literally from start to finish.
the
You've
best,
been slaying it.
the best year of my life. Best
It,
year, hands
it
down, man. And I mean, from fishing to hunting to I mean, just kind of everything that's gone on. I mean, it's just been one of the most epic times of my life. I mean, partnering up in February to now. I mean, it's been something. It's been so real. It's been surreal. But man, before we get too crazy on that, we'll get back to that bullshit in a little bit
yeah, we'll go through it.
because it's a 2020 recap.
That's right.
But same old, same old. There's nothing better than this, man. But I do definitely want to thank everybody that supported us along the way, all the people that we've met along the way, that we've hung out with, talked to, had on the podcast. Some of the best people, most supportive people in the world, honestly. And
Reminisced with at
honestly,
shows and
before things get too crazy, I'm gonna miss the shows this year, man. With not having them because of COVID, I know that the Iowa Deer Classic is still underway. Whether or not we make the ride out there or not, will still be determined. But before we get too crazy, if everyone could do us one favor, obviously we're seeing a ton of views on our YouTube side, on all of our videos and all of our stuff. But if you guys could just do us one favor, man, just hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, please do so. Because it definitely helps us out, and we're seeing a lot of the video come on, and nobody's not that many people are
subscribing.
fucking. Why is this not? Yeah, subscribing. Sorry, I'm fucking.
Trev had a squirrel run by. So what we're really seeing in the analytics is
appreciated. 5-star review is most important too. If you guys haven't done that on our iTunes side, so I always refrain and so afraid to or forget to tell everybody to do so. But if you guys could do that, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. What Trev was getting to is on the analytics side is we get a lot of good views, a lot of good hits, but 90% of our hits are coming from non-subscribers.
Yeah.
So do us a huge favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're not going to spam you. Subscribe to our webpage.
Yep.
theoutdoordrive.com. Subscribe to it. We're going to get some newsletters and things coming out over the next year, and that's part of our 2021 push, and we'll get into that a little more. So,
I mean, you know what's better time than now? With coming out with a lot of the things, we have a lot of new things coming down the board on the line here. We're actually going to up our content, as we've talked about in last podcasts, that this year, not only having the regular podcasts that we do that are on the YouTube side, or the regular audio ones that you guys are listening to, the weekly ones, but now we're going to push out 2 a month on product reviews, products with the people that have the products. and those are going to be on the YouTube side, not on the audio side. So you guys, that would be extra content that you can have 2 times a month. And we might bring back some type of recipe thing here in the near future also. So if there's stuff that you guys want to see us do, just reach out to us, man. If you guys haven't already, get over to theoutdoordrive.com. You can subscribe over there. That's what Steven was talking about. You can also get a hold of us at outdoordrivepodcast@gmail.com or on all the social media platforms, man. I love talking to people on our social media platforms. So we're just here for the people, man. If there's something you want to see, somebody that you guys recommend too, like if there's somebody that you think should be on a podcast with us, reach out to us, man. Tell us somebody you want to hear on the podcast. We're always down for that, man. We
And
have a hard time
I'll
finding
be
people.
straight up with you guys on that piece as well. Is it doesn't have to be big name famous people. I don't care if they got 1 follower or 1 million followers. If they've got a cool story to share that you think people should hear, a good campfire story, send them to us, man. Let's
Mm-hmm.
share it. That's the stuff we live for.
Yeah. Or if there's a product that maybe you think is pretty cool and you know the person or whatever, you want to get us in contact and you want to have us go through the product with them on our YouTube, shoot them over to us, man. I'm willing to talk to anybody. Hunting, fishing, trapping, you name it. If they're anything in the outdoors, I'd love to chit chat with them and have them on the podcast, right?
For sure.
There's nothing better than that. So, but we got a lot of cool different things coming through the pipe here. A lot of big changes, I think. Just kind of, I mean, we're 1 year into this, so this will be year number 2. So we always got to step it up just a little bit. So, fuck
Right.
it.
Well,
Before,
go
oh,
ahead. Go ahead.
oh, no, nope, your turn.
No, it's all you.
Come on,
No,
go on with it.
I was just going to say, you talk about the fact that we're coming up on that 1 year mark.
Yeah.
I recall, I kind of want to go through the year and discuss, kind of start to finish and see this development.
For sure.
Because at this time last year, I was messaging you asking, what's going on? You didn't have a New Year's episode. And it was ice and bullshit and drama, which we all know where that led eventually, which ultimately led to the kickoff here. So I don't know. I figured we want to say some thanks and do some things and then kind of get into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I kind of want to shed light on that because it's kind of funny. Is so there actually was ice. So there was a lot of. I'll go right into that real quick, real fast. So I was supposed to drive to D-Rock's place that day, and there's a huge snow squall that ended up coming, and we were gonna do it with the Modern Assassin Garrett Benner, and I got halfway down the highway and I couldn't make it there, and it's turning this huge fight. But at this time, you have to remember, I knew what was going on. He didn't know that anybody else knew what was going on before he had gotten in trouble. So actually, ice had hit, and I had to act like I didn't know because they hadn't arrested him yet. So I literally had to. I was halfway there and was like, dude, I can't make it. And he got in this huge pissing match with me, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is New Year's. This is this big important thing. Da 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 da. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I get that, bro.
I've driven a 2-wheel drive in the Arctic.
Like, seriously, man. Like, I got a Honda Civic, bro. Like, for you guys that don't know, I drive a 99 Honda Civic. And it's no more reason than, like, yeah, I need a truck. We get that. But I drive all over the fucking state. Not only our state, 3 other states around us. So, like, when I go hunting, if I'm duck hunting, it's an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours every single time I go duck hunting in the morning, which I'm not complaining. I love it. I think it's great. But I'm not going to drive a big truck. I'm going to drive my little Honda Civic. It cost me $20 to get there. So why
Right.
would I not? It's the same as when I go to work. Work is 45 minutes for me to get to the shore. I live in central Connecticut. I have to go to the shore. It's 45 minutes to an hour every morning. I have to go to work. Why would I drive a big truck? I drive a Honda Civic. So for me to get there in the middle of the winter, it sucks. I can't get anywhere. So that's where that all started. But we were actually going to have the New Year's thing with Garrett, but I didn't really even want to fucking go because I knew everything that was going on. But anyways, before we get crazy with it, is there something coming in right now?
There is, but there's a lot less jingle in this jangle.
Yeah, what the dude? I want to go back on that real quick. that was badass. Steve came up with some really cool shit. He had messaged me and was like, "Hey Trev, I need you to record this and then send it to me." I was like, "All right, cool." So I fucking did it, and then he sent me that thing. Bro, it was the most badass thing ever. Should I play that for everyone real quick, just so that they're, because I mean, I know some of you guys probably skip the intro because they don't want to listen to it, and I respect it and I get it. But for you that do, you guys missed out on a lot of shit, and it's your own fucking fault.
I had fun making that little jingle.
All right, I'll play it for everybody, okay?
All right. Get it right up on the mic.
There's Christmas dinner, boys and girls. Here comes a shooter. Big bucket. Well, I'll be. That's Rudolph himself.
My redneck voice sucks.
Ah, it's perfect.
Get the camera. If that ain't Santa, I'm shooting.
And I really used a shotgun in that one.
The 30-point buck.
And I couldn't resist. I had to use the 30-point buck.
That ought to do it. If we shoot anything else in this intro, we're going to start 2021 in a food coma. Merry Christmas.
That was so badass. And it's kind of funny is like from like where our intros had come from to what they are now. It's just so badass, dude. Like, so the first intro was something that before the podcast had even started, when we were actually fuck,
in the hotel room.
So nobody really knows this. So nobody actually really knows a lot of this stuff.
No.
I guess we can go into it for a minute before we pull it in.
It's technically the kickoff. I mean, that's how this year started. So why the hell not?
So a lot of people don't know. So when I was with East Coast Bowhunting Podcast, and then everything kind of like took off, Steven was going to be co-host with me on East Coast Bowhunting Podcast. Then everything kind of happened, and we had chit-chatted about it. And then when things had kind of gone down, and there was actually an LLC that was in place without my name being on it, and D-Rock had done this, we kind of realized that we're not going to run with this, because if something is, then he can come back and try and take everything. So we said, fuck it. So then we had come up with the name East Coast Traditions, right? That was one of it. And then we were advised to not have East Coast in it, because then it would be linked with the last podcast. So now, mind you, this is like 4 days before we're about to go to Harrisburg and release this new podcast that we just came up with and that we're going to do together. Well, in that time, we needed to come up with an intro. We needed to come up with because we're going to release our first podcast in Harrisburg, as we did, but we did that as the Outdoor Drive. But we were going to be East Coast Traditions. So literally at first, when I had taken it over, I had taken over all the hosting websites and everything with East Coast Traditions. We made a fucking logo. Steven was at work all day making fucking
That was
logos.
a long 4 days, man.
Fucking the whole 9 yards, man. We made this cool logo of the East Coast Traditions. We're going to be East Coast Traditions. We started a podcast, the homepage. So we had taken over East Coast Bowhunting Podcast with East Coast Traditions. So that's a lot of people seeing kind of like the switch there. Then while Steven's making the logo and we're coming up with all this, I try and make the intro music. So literally I'm sitting in my old studio, and I'm in there and I'm just like plugging and playing shit, just overlapping music, and I came up with the intro, and it's okay. I mean, it's cool. Like, I had this envision, and obviously now Steven's gotten a hold of it and it's totally revamped.
We're getting there.
Yep. And then we got
Slowly.
some more shit it's going to change too, again, as it evolves with everything else that we have going on. So like, that's where it's all started, man. Like, we just kind of plugged and played. So as we slowly progressed, like, with our videos, I mean, look at the production side of with all the things that you've done, Steven, and it's fucking incredible, dude. Like, I could have never imagined, like, I've always like envisioned having those things, but I couldn't do that. I mean, that's what we need you for, bro. Like, that's your shit, bro. I mean, you're nasty at it. Look at the sound. The sound is fucking great. When you did that jingle, I was like, bro, that shit's fucking dope. Like, I couldn't do that. So it's fucking cool. I mean, it's just cool to see like this whole evolution, and I can only imagine what it's gonna be in 5 years when we're doing this. Like, just hit a button and fucking my face is gonna change on the video side. It's gonna be cool. All about it.
I haven't figured that one out. I'm trying.
No, we probably should, because that would be fucking awesome. Jeez. But no, you know what? Let's tune in the old Mr. Salter with the news for your cruise before everything kind of gets crazy, because we will forget about this. And then we've done these podcasts before, and then we're at the end of the podcast, I'm like, oh hey, we gotta thank the fucking sponsors.
Yeah,
People we partnered with.
let's knock them out before we get rolling. So
Let's do
do
it.
me a favor and crank that puppy up.
All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, Mike here with some news for your cruise. Let's kick this one off in West Virginia, where the New River Gorge in southern West Virginia is set to become designated as the New River Gorge National Park and Preserve. This proposal has received a decent amount of opposition from hunters and anglers, but by creating a preserve designation, the right to public hunting will be protected in some areas. About 65,000 acres within the almost 73,000 acre park will accommodate public hunting and fishing. This will include some areas not previously open, and some areas will obviously be narrowed. More than 301 acres of lower gorge will be open for hunting, and another 368 acres in the Grandview area will be open for hunting for the first time. If anyone has any more information on this, I greatly appreciate it. There wasn't a lot of detail. Yeah. Also out of West Virginia, the DNR is reporting a very good year for deer hunting in the state. During the 2-week buck firearms season, hunters took almost 39,000 antlered deer. This is a 6% increase from 2019. Harvests in the north central, Eastern Panhandle and the southwestern counties saw increases of 9, 17, and 43% in the harvest, while the central mountain region and western and southeastern counties saw decreases in harvest of 2, 5, and 7%. But overall, a pretty good season for West Virginia. Moving on, for anyone who hasn't heard, Bass Pro and Cabela's is acquiring Sportsman's Warehouse, and it's 112 stores, which are mostly located in the western U.S. Don't know what to say about that. If anyone has any opinions, I'd like to know. I'm not super familiar with Sportsman's Warehouses. We really don't have them out here in the Northeast. If you have any information, let me know. And if you like hunting squirrels and you're in Kentucky, you might want to check out the Kentucky Outdoors Media first annual squirrel hunting tournament. This is being held on January 23rd from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and is free to enter. You can hunt private or public land. And for more details and the rules, prizes, and sign up, you can check out Kentucky Outdoors Media Facebook page. They have a link there to all the information. So moving on to Missouri. This is another follow-up on Missouri's first elk hunting season. The archery portion concluded in late October, and the firearms portion just finished up. Unfortunately, there were no archery harvests, but all 5 hunters who were selected for the firearms tag were successful. So congratulations to those hunters, and hopefully we'll see that continue next year. Now to North Dakota. And another state record has fallen. Haven't reported any records recently, but this is a good one. This time, David Suda harvested a record-breaking bighorn sheep. David was one of only 5 residents to draw the once-in-a-lifetime tag this year. Suda's ram green scored 190 inches, which surpasses the current state record of 179 inches, according to North Dakota Game and Fish Department. The ram was taken on October 30th and is awaiting final scoring after the mandatory 60-day drying period, but it is anticipated that the official score of the 7-year-old ram will be released within the next few weeks. So congratulations to David on that awesome harvest. And lastly, if any of you are looking for a good New Year's resolution, sending me some news would be a damn good one since everyone has been slacking in that department. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Mike Salter or bearded_bowhunter21 on Instagram. And with that, enjoy the rest of your ride.
All right. Good old Mike Salter. If you guys missed out on last week's podcast and Mike Salter reindeer games and all that crazy shit that he came up with, you should probably go and check that out. So,
dude, he knocked it out of the park. I gave him a direction and idea and said, it's all you, brother. Make it happen. And
well, the fucked up thing is, oops, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say that.
Well, he messaged me and he was like, dude, you got any ideas? And I'm like, silence. Sorry, Salter, but I had no ideas, bro.
Yeah. I gave him just a couple things off the top of my head. I was like, I don't know. Here's just a general idea of what to look for, try. Just, it's on you, man. This is you. And
he does a great job, man. I'm so thankful to have him. I mean, so Mikey is one of those dudes, man. He's just been by our side since the beginning of East Coast, and somebody that I'm so happy to have as a good friend. I mean, he's just always looking out for us and just always taking care of us, promoting our stuff. He's like our number one. Is it okay to call him a groupie?
No, you can't. I'll be honest right here. You can't call Mike a groupie. The dude's a straight contributor.
He is a straight contributor. That is the truth.
He is like the silent partner in all of this.
He is.
You know, the from the day that we said, "Hey, are you interested?" He has not missed a week.
No, he's so
Unless
hardcore.
I said, "Don't worry about it."
Right. He's so hardcore, man. And you know, family comes first, but in all reality, every single time when he has something, he still does it, dude. It's just crazy. It's so good to have a true friend that's been through all of this with us from the beginning.
Literally from the beginning.
From the beginning,
he was there.
He was in Harrisburg with us.
He was drinking drinks and having a good time with us till 4:00 in the morning. The night we cut episode 1 in the hotel.
Him and Dan.
Yeah,
good old Dan.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally from day one.
Some of they had to be there at the release of the first podcast, and it's so cool. And another shout out. Steve Mardick is another one, dude. He's just been there through and through from the beginning, and it's good to have friends like that. I mean, we have a ton of them. The list goes on and on, but there's just two that just stick out that have been there from day one for us. I mean, even the boys at working class. I mean, dude, I can go on, and I don't want to forget anybody, so I don't want to get too deep into the thing, but like there's just so many people out there that have just supported us from the beginning and just helping us, move along. The Whitetail Distraction Podcast. Those guys are fucking great. Full Girl Assassins, the Monitor Assassin. I mean, the list goes fucking on, and I don't want to go too crazy into it. Mark from Nor'easter Game Calls. I mean, we'll get to the partner. Fuck it. We'll kick it off now. Nor'easter Game Calls. Nor'easterGameCalls.com. Mark Buzzle. He's just the fucking man, dude. If you haven't gotten any of his custom gear, checked out his Evolution grunt calls, the new shit. I mean, like, he's always evolving when we're evolving, making all kinds of crazy stuff. The little Ridge Runner's about to come out. If you guys haven't seen that already, you probably haven't. You probably won't. Soon. It should be out. Did he put it up on Instagram?
No. He did a sneak peek as he finished a couple.
He did
on the first run,
which is something that Mark is always evolving with us. As far as like Steven had found a call that he liked and was into, and he sent it to Mark and was like, "Hey man, can you make this?" And Mark fucking made it. The Evolution series grunt calls. Always changing, always something new coming out of him. His duck calls, his burlwood goose calls, his crow calls, his coyote calls. I mean, the predator stuff's going to come out soon. Just always something new coming out of him, man. It's just so awesome. He's such a great fucking dude. Timber Tumblers. The dude just makes some nasty shit, man. I always had mine. Just fucking, I have so many of them. I didn't realize it.
Stacking them up.
Dude, I have so many. So I have this one, which is the Outdoor Drive podcast one. I have a Ducks on the Bay one. I have a Wild Edge one. Michelle has one. Steve, you have one.
I got one. Kim's got one.
Kim's got one. You got to have these things, dude. I bring these things everywhere. And I fucking beat mine to shit. And I'll say this, literally, like I bring it everywhere. I put it in the bottom of the boat, bounce around in my car, and nothing really happens to it. Like I beat the shit out of it. He does a really good job.
Really
there.
good finish on it. It's solid.
Now, we always say this, timbertumblers.com. Is there actually a timbertumblers.com?
Yes, if you go to if you go to timberedtumblers.com, it actually takes you to his Etsy sell site.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure on that.
I did double check that when I put it in the show notes to make sure that the link goes to the right place.
All right. Yeah, because I was a little nervous because I remember it going because he has a Etsy account. So I didn't know if timbertumblers.com would have brought people to right there. But
yep.
You guys don't have to get them with the Outdoor Drive podcast symbol on them. You guys can put your own logo on there, anything that you want.
Literally,
yeah. I called them up. So for Christmas, when does this thing come out?
This one?
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Okay. So hopefully I pray that I've already given out my Christmas gifts because I'm about to ruin them. So Timber Tumblers, I got Matt, Caddy Cowboy. I got him an Outdoor Drive podcast one with his Caddy Cowboy logo on the back of it. I just sent it to him. I was like, yo, I want this. Dope. And then Captain Seth, he's always got this mug that his wife got for him, dude. And I swear it's a girl's mug and it's always got this crazy shit on it. So I said to, I had Timber Tumblers. I sent Jason. I was like, bro, make me a Captain Seth sport fishing one that says Captain Seth on it. Cause he's got like, like his wife had got him like a mug and then put like some fucking some stickers on it.
He bedazzled it.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, he needs a real one, dude. He has it every day, so he had to have his own. But Jason will do anything. I mean, he fucking makes some amazing shit. The Ducks on the Bay one, dude, was the coolest fucking mug I have, I think.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of his fishing lures. Those things are freaking cool looking.
That's so dude true.
Nailed it. Literally nailed it.
And you don't need to get like this style tumbler like this. You can get the little tiny like whiskey cup ones. You can get, I mean, he makes so many cool badass ones.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. He's just a fucking man. But also Broadside Camo, Scott Shear, man. We met him at the Iowa Deer Classic.
Yeah, it was Iowa.
He's just a fucking man, dude. I love Scott. He comes out with a cool product. I love his stuff, the photorealism of it, and it's warm as shit. And it's just so, he puts all the pockets in all the right places. And he's got some new stuff coming out too, man. So keep your eye out on that stuff.
Yep. We'll definitely have some stuff going on there.
Wicked Twisted Bowstrings. Jill up at Trader Jan's. She's been with us from the beginning. Makes a badass fucking custom bowstring. If you guys haven't checked them out, you can order them online. You can make them online. She's got a cool little program on there. So wickedtwistedbowstrings.com. I love them. They're the fucking greatest strings in the world. And you can get them any color you want.
See, on top of that, she also does some really cool stuff, not just string making, So she's got the shop, she's got Trader Jan's, and they do some really cool shoots, like the Christmas shoot they just put on. I mean, how cool was that?
I know. I was supposed to be there last night, and I didn't go. The boys, we just got a bad snowstorm here. I feel bad because I was supposed to go, but all the boys, Steve Mardick, Cap, they were all supposed to go, but they ended up having to work today. They had work late because of snowstorm. They all do commercial and stuff, and Steve works for like a big apartment complex, so he had to go back into work. So they were going to be too tired and all beat up. So we didn't even end up going, which I'm kind of upset about because I really wanted to be there. But I saw Theo was shooting ornaments. They had, like hanging ornaments and stuff. So cool. She does so much stuff. And the other thing, you know what else that they do up there? It's just pretty cool. I was in the shop one time and they do like, what's that online like coupon thing that you can get?
A discount?
Yeah, well, I got that, but there's like a website and it gives like discounts and you just, I don't know. Anyways, they do like a thing for like public. Like if you've never shot a bow and arrow before, you can get like a buy one get one. So if like you pay for one person, you can go in there for like an hour and get like a small course from Jonathan on how to shoot a recurve or whatever, and then you go and you shoot for an hour. So she's always trying to get new people into the sport. They have an indoor 3D range there. I mean, they just got so much indoor 40 range indoors. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
and
just
it's a pretty cool course too. If you
It's-
didn't catch the video that we did on YouTube for Trader Jan's, it's all on there. And
so
I mean,
badass.
it's just a cool shop. It really is.
And it's old. It's been there forever. I mean, her family. I mean, it's just generation after generation that ran this place. Jonathan's the coolest dude ever. Fucking killer Bowtech. Dude's on his shit. So it's just a cool place, man. I love going there. I love seeing the people there. Wild Edge Inc., wildedgeinc.com, family owned, veteran owned. Drew has been there from the beginning with us, man. When this thing had all gone down in Harrisburg, he said, whatever I can do to be part of the family, let me know. And he's always got new shit coming out also. He's working with Out on the Limb. I'll get to those guys in a minute. But he's got the new Battlement. He's got a new saddle coming out. He's just been through the ringer, the steps. It's one of the greatest fucking things in the world. I love the steps, not only because we're good friends with them, but I mean the versatility, the use. Listen, I drag deer out with the things, and they make the greatest handle in the world.
Dude, I'll be straight up. I switched from running a set of 4 sticks to those strictly out of the ability to just throw them in the pack or throw them over my shoulders and go and go right up the tree, and you ain't got to reconfigure anything.
What's your like time restraint to like get up the tree with one?
I'm gonna say to go to your standard 18 feet, using kind of the like you would use a nader situation or a
Well, because you're not using an aider
no, I do
or anything on that. You're just using straight steps.
just straight steps with the tree kickoff. So about 3 feet between each step, and I am base to 18 to 20 feet with a ring of steps in 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
Wow.
The
That's
more
awesome.
you do it, you don't even have to look at the step. You know the tension you need to get it to kick over right, to cam right, to lock in. And you just set, step, and coming down is half that time. You get a rhythm after you've practiced, and it becomes stupid not to use them.
I love them. I think they're the greatest thing. I use them on presets, man. I really do. I love using them on presets. And I know.
Well, here's the beautiful thing about them, especially on a preset situation. You go in, you take your time, you get them in the tree, you get them exactly how you want. You come down and you pull the last 4 with you as you go.
I don't even. If somebody really wants to steal them, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because they're probably not going to figure out how to fucking use them anyways. So fucking take them.
Right.
That's what I say. But the thing is, so like I'm huge on Out on the Limb. They're sticks. I love them, man. My Shikars are the greatest things in the world. I've just built my climb with them.
Right.
Like for sticks, they're my favorite. I have so many fucking different kinds of sticks. I've tried everything, right? And I was a bigger dude, so the sticks were a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? I love my steps. I use them on presets. What I do actually is I get a little bit more out of my big set of steps. So I'll do rings of steps on trees, and then I go in with my sticks. And then I climb the tree with my sticks, and then I get on the ring of steps. So they're already set. I don't have to worry about a platform. I just throw my sticks up because I've just modified myself to using my Shikar sticks. I just love them, man. I can get up. I have aiders on them. My boy Matt here in Connecticut. I'm gonna crop his name. Chichilla, Matt, whatever. He's the fucking man, dude. The dude has been saddle hunting since the CT bow hunting days. When I first met him,
Yeah, he knows how to
years
weave
ago.
and trim all the am steel. He did a
Yeah,
good
so-
job on them.
So he did a daisy chain on him. He did a aider loop. He did everything for me, dude. And I fucking love him. So I do 22-inch am steel aider loop, and then I use them on a daisy chain. And I've just built my climb to that, and I'm just really good with them. They're light, they work. It's what I know. I love my steps, like I said, for presets. I just have a ring of steps and I just go up, man. But if you guys haven't checked them out on the Limb Manufacturing, Matt Garris, out on the Limb, MFG.com. He also makes camera arms, he makes platforms, he makes tree stands, custom ones. He's always got new shit. He's so innovative, man, with the things that he comes out with. If you guys haven't checked him out, go over there and check them out. And all these things you can find at theoutdoordrive.com. So that's our website. That will get kind of updated. We're going to get back into the kind of cooking and recipe thing. We'll put some stuff on there. You'll see a lot of cool stuff. So definitely some good stuff coming for 2021. I'm
For
excited.
sure, man.
I'm scared. So good shit.
I ain't scared, man. I'm looking forward to it.
If it's any better than 2021, I don't know if my body can handle it.
Hey,
I mean, if it's any better than 2020, my body
yeah, I
can
was gonna
handle it.
say. I don't know. I think your body can handle it because 2020 did you real well as far as your body goes, brother.
That's true.
You shrunk.
It's true.
You became half the man you used to be.
No, well, it's
And
kind of
that's a good thing.
No, it's kind of crazy. So I've been hanging out with Chris over at the taxidermy shop, just helping him skin and stuff as I do every year. Well, he eats fucking hosted cupcakes and Red Bulls all the time, and it's hard
Yeah,
because like I have a sweet tooth and it's bad. It's like a drug addiction, right? I love sweet stuff. I think that's where kind of like my stuff comes. And this time of year, my wife's always making cookies. Like the in-laws have been over the past 2 weekends making cookies, and so it's just piles of cookies, bro. In the past 2 weeks, I put on fucking 10 pounds. Not good. Maybe
Shit.
actually probably been longer than that. Maybe like a month. I've
shed
just put on
season's
10
coming,
pounds.
dude. Shed season's coming.
I stopped going in the woods, and then
And that's
now,
when
like,
it goes to hell.
oh my god,
Yep.
dude, I'm dying.
No, I feel you. Like once my deer hunting slowed down, coming into that late season grind and all the chaos that's gone on, all the mishaps, all the unplanned stuff at the end of this year,
Yeah,
man, you feel it. You feel this lack of movement.
sucks, dude. Nothing worse than getting on the sale and being up 10 fucking pounds.
That's all right, dude. New season's starting.
Sucks. It is what it is. Shed season's almost here. Nothing better than shed season. I bet you're probably pretty pumped for shed season.
Dude,
You're
I'm
gonna break.
jacked.
You're gonna break what you did last year.
Well, last year sucked due to COVID.
Last year sucked for me too, as far as shed hunting went.
I'll be honest. I think I walked out with a total of 9 sheds. 5 of them were chalk. I mean, old white horn. I found one match set, one broke off split beam,
Yep.
and one decent 8. And then everything closed down. Shit went crazy. I didn't know what was going on with work. So, I was glued to my
Right.
office station trying to keep up with chaos. And shed season was gone. By the time I got back out, man, there was no point. There was nothing left.
Yeah, I started. Fuck. Shed season sucked for me last year. I think I got like 12, maybe 14. It was tough.
Yeah, but you got to throw the moose hunt in.
Yeah, I mean, I went to we went to the islands, which was kind of cool. We went to this island and we were shed hunting on this island, which was fucking badass. I mean, I found one of my biggest sheds over there of the year. And then we did the week up in northern Maine, which we almost got stuck in the North Woods. That was fucking pretty cool. Found a bunch of sheds. We'll be doing that again this year. So yeah, it was fucking cool. We had an alright shed season, but I'm ready for it, dude. I'm so ready for shed season.
I hear
The
you.
problem with shed season, like moose shed hunting, is it's April, May. So you have to give up a week of turkey hunting to go up moose shed hunting.
Right.
Which last year I had shot a bunch of birds, so it didn't really matter. So I didn't really miss out on much, but still, it sucks. I don't want to miss out on turkey season. I love turkey season.
Yeah, it's about time for that itch to start crawling up your leg too. I mean, we're only 4 months away.
I
At least here
know.
in Virginia.
I'll be there.
I know.
I'll be there. This guy will be there.
You're running the camera this year.
Yep. Well, we're gonna kill a fucking pile of birds this
Yeah,
year.
we're just gonna start laying them down. No
We're
more
gonna
BS, no drama, no overcrowding the woods while we're in there to try to pull it off with multiple cans. It's just gonna be sit down, call, shoot.
if it
The
happens, it
old-fashioned way.
happens. Everybody wears a GoPro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Just fucking make it happen.
If it turns out to it, hey, you go this way, I'll go that way.
Do you think we'll be able to hunt that property again?
I don't know. We didn't hunt it at all during deer season, just due to the circumstances and everything of the
All
year.
right.
But we may reach out and kind of just see kind of where the water is. I know the family was having some discussions because of the trespassing that was taking place last year while we were trying to turkey on it.
Can we at least go there morel hunting?
Yes. Sundays, he keeps it open to the public for people who want to go out and metal detect, because it's part of an old Civil War battlefield, and it's got trails all over it, etc. And now that we know where a couple of those little honey holes are, take us a
Cool.
little Sunday John up there and do our thing.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm ready for turkey season. Last year's turkey season was pretty good here. I mean, we had, oh man, we killed a fucking pile of birds. A fucking pile. We did kill a lot of birds, actually, now that I think about it, huh?
Yeah, dude.
We started off with the
you
youth
had a
hunt.
season, man.
We started with the youth hunt. I shot 4 birds, 1 shy of my limit.
And you could have got that last one, but by
3
then you
state
were over
land.
it.
3 state land, 1 private. But that 1 private bird that I shot this year, I bet you that was like, out of all my turkey hunts, that was my most memorable one. And I'll tell you why. So, good friend of mine, Andy, who's been like my mentor, idol, I guess. He's a big buck killer.
Andy
And
from the Big Buck video.
Andy from the Big Buck video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you called Andy
the
right
guy
after you
called.
called
I did
me.
call Andy. That's right. Yep, Andy from the Big Buck video. I got to hunt with him for the first time in my entire life. Like, we've always like wanted to hunt together, but never really had the chance. Or we'd both be chasing birds and we'd do real good, or we'd tag out or whatever, and we didn't get to hunt together. So this year, since COVID and that, we were able to hunt together, and that was one of the coolest hunts, man. Like, that was like everything that I've learned. Like, we'd always talk on the phone, and he would like tell me and walk me through the season, like how to do X, Y, and Z, and then to actually be able to do it with him was one of the coolest things in the world. Like, it was so much fun to like hunt on like the greatest properties around, and really like I've never been with somebody that was more excited about me shooting a bird. And y'all know who I am and how excited I get. This dude just got way more excited than I was that I killed
Right.
the bird. And it was just so awesome. I mean, it was, when we did that together, it was just so cool. I didn't even want to shoot the bird. Like, the bird came up over the stone wall and was strutting on top of the stone wall and shit. And he's like, what? Like, cause he's backholing. He's like, I was waiting for you to shoot him when he was gonna get closer. And I said, I don't know. He was just strutting his shit on top of the stone wall, man. I just wanted to let him have it. And I just let him dance up there. And then he come down. And then he strutted in front of me. And he was a big old strutter. And I just let him have it. And it was just the coolest thing. I don't know. That was probably one of my favorite hunts. Because we had like walked down, right? So we walked through the whole entire property. We had called up on top of the thing, like running and gunning. And we hadn't heard nothing. And then we got back to the truck and we're like down in the holler on the back side of this big hill, and we hear, and I was like, yo, we were just up there. And it goes again. He was looking for us. So then we snuck back up there and then ended up calling him in. It's fucking awesome. I love turkey hunting. God, I miss it. Why do you have to give me that itch already, dude?
It's coming, dude. It's coming.
My favorite thing to do, don't tell nobody this, but my favorite thing to do is I like calling them off people's bird feeders. That's my favorite thing to do.
I won't tell anybody except for everyone listening. How's that?
Oh shit. But no, so like down here, like all these like anti-hunters, they like feeding them out of feeders down here. So like a lot of the public land will like abut like some big housing complexes and stuff. So what I do is you just drive down the roads and you see them boys just strutting in back fields where all the hens are and stuff. And a lot of times it's a lot of work to get them off the feeder because you gotta call them back into the woods. where sometimes there's on hens. But man, you sit there long enough, a lot of the times 9, 10, 11 o'clock, you fucking hit that call, dude, and they will come out running. I love shooting them off bird feeders. They're just so easy because you see them strutting, you just get up on behind them, up on the public land, fucking call them back in, and whack them up. I love that shit. That's one of my favorite things to do. Because the antis, they get so mad. Because it was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I love it. I got this one spot. This old lady, she got this horse farm. She feeds
Spit it
them
out.
right there. Sorry. I was thinking. When I think too hard, I can't talk. She feeds them over there, but I didn't know she fed them. Like I was driving down this road one time, and I seen all these birds strutting in this middle of this field. So I look on my map, and I'm like, oh, there's some public land over there. I can get up behind there. So I sneak on up in there. This is a long time ago. I sneak up in there, and I call them back out, and they start coming back to me. And I laced one of them, big bird, and this lady starts yelling, "Them are my fucking birds! Them are my birds! You killed my birds!" She must have had a problem with other hunters doing the same thing. She was so pissed. She was so mad, dude. It was the craziest thing. So I come home and I cut open its gillet. It was full of black sunflower seeds, and I'm like, oh,
Yep.
that's why they're feeding them over there. That's why they're over there and didn't even know. And then that's where my love for calling them out of Anti's yards all began. So
I like it.
it's fucking crazy. But
Hell
how was
yeah.
how'd you like your turkey season?
Worst turkey season I've ever had, hands down. Like I said, we put ourselves under so much pressure trying to get that film done and just couldn't get it to come together. Like we had the opportunities, and looking back, hindsight, dude, we had 6 birds dead all day long,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
we
agree.
screwed ourselves. I mean, that at the end of the day, we screwed ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So rolling out after that, man, I hunted my ass off. I found a couple new properties, got on some new stuff, went out on some public, some stuff I'd never been on. Close calls, no calls, one shot and miss on a run at 50 just because it was, 2 days from closing. It was just rough. And I don't know, it was a weird year for Virginia, but then they turned around and posted that more birds were killed in Virginia this year than ever before. And then the report came out, and that's like, yeah, because 80% of them were freaking jakes. People were dusting every jake that came in. So next year is going to be difficult. We're not going to have those 2-year-old birds. You're going to have old smart birds and young dumb birds.
I think that's going to be our problem here because you're allowed to have 5 birds now. So 3 of your 5 birds you're going to shoot are fucking jakes. I guarantee it. So a lot of our young birds got killed here too.
Yeah.
They upped their limit.
It'll be interesting, but I plan on going to some spots that I know now that I've done some digging through deer season and some of these new places I've been on. I know nobody is going up in there turkey hunting.
I'm excited.
And the sign looked incredible. And it's not going to be easy, but there are going to be birds piled in there. I can
Do you
tell.
think there's a lot of snakes there?
During that time of year, we may run into a couple, but I'm not too concerned, especially if it was as cold as it was last year during turkey
I hope
season.
so. I'm hoping 25 degrees during turkey season in Virginia. Please bring it on.
But I've never had an issue anywhere I've ever turkey hunted here with snakes. Never had an issue.
Yeah,
The only
these spots you've never been, so that's what worries me. I'm gonna bring assless chaps that are snake proof.
Yeah, the knee-high snake boots with snake chaps on, and
Yep.
oh yeah, hey,
You bet your ass.
Nope, I ain't knocking you. It'd be like hunting back home again.
You got to, right? Well, you had to wear them back home.
Some of the places we went, like up on the Kaibab, up there along the strip, some of those spots. If you're out there in the summer, you are going to see big freaking poisonous snakes. That's going to happen. But that's summertime. When you get in,
I ain't never going there during the summer. Anyways,
you get there during the late seasons, it gets cold up there on that high desert, and they're gone. They're piled up for the winter. You're good to go. But summertime, a 14-foot Western Diamondback is not uncommon.
A 14-footer?
A 14-footer.
What in the hell are you gonna do with that?
Shoot and run.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
They don't like that stuff, right?
It's just part of living out there, man.
Oh man, that's not fun.
So yeah, that was that was turkey season, but that's also what we have to look forward to. So rolling out of that, dude, you just fell right out of a successful turkey season into a successful fishing season.
Yeah.
I mean, you started crushing. You made some jumps between boats, kind of switched things up on
What
on the business end.
I'm trying to look through everything here. This is how I do it, bro.
Yeah, you got to scroll back through your picture timeline.
Yep, exactly. So what country are we in? All right, March. We were still shed hunting. Oh, so March we started walleye fishing.
Right.
That was fucking epic. That was a great time. We absolutely hammered down on them things. I'll show you a couple pictures. Bam.
So for everyone listening, not watching, they're holding up like two fish the size of my pinky. Just kidding. He's actually holding up, a pile of some beautiful walleye.
Giant walleye.
And they tasted great too, by the way.
Oh, those are good eating fish. So that starts in March. So that's around spawn time. Then we get into the whole foraging thing. We did a ton of that when we were down there, getting.
You got your first morel this year, dude.
I know, it was cool, especially because we don't have morels here, so that was kind of cool. Oh, here they are. Here's some couple of pictures. These were good pictures.
Oh yeah, that was a fun
Good old picture.
We're walking down the trail and we're trying to roost birds. And the whole intent was to go out there and roost birds. And Trev looks down.
That was a Sunday.
Yeah, it was on a Sunday, and he looks down and he goes, "Oh shit, there's a morel!" And for the next 2 hours, we literally hands and knees just crawled across this entire hillside, just slicing morels. Dude, we killed it that day.
I love it, dude. I could go back there right now. Send me down there.
Man, that was good eating.
So that was March. Then we got into turkey season. That was kind of fun. I got to go through my memories here. Then I came home and smashed an absolute pile. Oh, I shot that double. That was cool.
Yeah.
Missed the one in the snow.
Yep.
That was a good one.
Which you still should have had to tag.
Don't even fucking get me going, boy. Don't even get me going. Then we went up to Maine. We're kind of backtracking a little bit here.
Yeah, for working on a timeline, dude, you're all over the place.
No, well, I had to go through everything. That's March, April. We were there. Then we went to Maine, May.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. Now we come back, we goose hunt. Then we get into the offshore fishing. We did I got a couple cods. I'm trying to think here. I'm bad at this, dude. Oh, we got Ruby. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Ruby. We got the puppy. Then we started striper fishing. This is where the good shit starts, buddy. So striper fishing season got pretty good. That's where everything kind of started to turn, right? So I got a couple big stripers in the river and that. And then you're right. I switched boats. So I had gone from the 115-foot party boat to the 6-pack charter boat with Seth. And then all hell broke loose. The two of us together is not a good thing by any means. Because we were both killers. And the two of us on the boat is not good. We did really well. I think we did. Our biggest fish was 49 pounds, I believe. 48 pounds. We didn't break 50 this year. But we limited out every single trip we went on.
Not true.
Well,
not with this one.
Well, we weren't with Seth that time, so that doesn't count.
Okay, so I'm gonna blame Seth for not setting that one up. But we did see Seth out there.
We did see Seth out there.
So what you're saying is next year we go with Seth and we break that 50-pounder.
Yep, that's what we have to do. We have to definitely go with Seth and hunt with Seth. No question asked about that. For sure.
But prior to that trip, you also hooked on to
we went to the shoot. We had the shoot.
Yeah, don't skip the shoot.
No, we had to go to the shoot. That was fun. That was an absolute blast. That's just drive. I like to drive.
Yeah, well, Of course you like to drive. You slept the whole way.
Oh yeah, that's right. That
You
one I did.
literally
Huh?
slept the whole way. And then we got there, set up camp, went and set up the targets, got
I
everything
swear.
going there, was bullshit with everyone, went back to Kurt's, and Twister came through. So
Oh, that's right. Our fucking
yeah,
tents went everywhere.
the canopies were all busted and snapped, and Trev's bedroll was literally underwater in the tent.
I didn't have a fucking sleeping bag.
Cot was upside down,
Miserable.
stuff
Ugh.
blown all over. And we had like a nice kitchen set up, and I mean it was dope. And but we jerry rigged it. We got it fixed, made it
Yep.
happen, and then had a hell of a shoot.
That was such a fun time, dude. I cannot wait to go back this year.
Yep, got to catch up with the boys. Got to catch up with Bones. Came out
got
there all
Eli.
the way to bullshit. Yeah, Eli made it all the way up from Georgia and shot with
Yeah.
us.
Which he's had a really good season, actually, believe it or not. He's been sending me a ton of pictures.
Oh
I
yeah,
should
dude.
post some of those fucking things.
Yeah.
I haven't. Then I came home and started shark fishing. Could you
Darn it.
imagine that?
Darn it.
That's when I got. That's when I got my first one.
Yeah, the first thresher.
That was this one.
Yep.
That was that one. What's the date on that? It was July 13th. Then a week later, I got this one. Which was that one. That was a big one. Dude, it just got fucking crazy. Then we started tuna fishing.
And
That was
that
epic.
got off the chain.
That got pretty nuts. I got pretty fucking intense into that. So I killed. This one was, let me see. Where's the tape measure picture on this one? What was that one? 72 and a half. That was this one.
Right. So when Trev says that was this one, he's holding his phone up so you guys can see the pictures if you're just listening.
I have to go through my timeline because I don't remember none of this shit. So I got to fish with Captain Mike Bodzwinski, which is a phenomenal tuna fisherman here. So thankful to be able to fish with him and get out and do that. And then I was able to go back with him, and we ended up killing with the ghost hunter. We got a 86 incher, I believe.
And that one you were able to sell commercial, right?
That was a commercial fish. Yeah, so anything over 73 has to go commercially. Oh, here it is. Let me see. That's this one.
Yep.
That was my favorite fish.
And that video is up on YouTube.
That is. Yeah, 86 inches that one was. Oh my God, that fucking thing was fucking gorgeous. So much fun, dude. So I got to catch that one. Then we started preseason scouting, putting up cameras, so on and so forth, me and Seth. Bunch of fucking different places. That was so cool. Also, Kyle Kaufman, which I'm not sure. Fuck, what is his Instagram name? I don't know. Him and his grandfather came up and fished with me, with one of his buddies, and we had the time of our lives. That was so much fun to be able to fish with those guys. They came up and they fished on my boat, and we had an absolute fucking ball, dude. We caught so many big fish. It was so much fun. I love that. So, like, if you're ever gonna come up and fish with us, you guys are gonna book a trip. Anytime July and August around the full moons. That's when all of our 40, 50 pounders come out. So we get to do that. Another thing that we started fishing in the canyons this year. I did a couple of trips there with Southbound. That was fucking awesome. We got a swordfish this year. Fucking fishing was phenomenal. Damn, what a great year, huh? This is one of the big ones. That's one of the big strippers from this year. It's 49 pounds, something ounces.
Nice.
Jesus Christ. Steven's seen all these pictures and heard all these stories 100 times, so it's probably boring for him, but
No, I'm just sitting here looking at all these pictures of these giant fish and all of that, and then when we show up, we get skunked.
isn't that what always happens?
Dude, it never fails. We get together and everything stops.
It's fucking nuts, man. So fishing season went well. We caught a ton of fucking fish. I know Steven came up. He got seasick.
Dude, which made no sense to me.
No.
We weren't even off the shore. Like, it was the dumbest thing in the world. We're out there for 3 hours. Everything's great. We're fine. And then just out of the blue, bam. I mean, it was stupid. Like, stupid. But
Well,
the
this
fish
year when
weren't
you-
biting, so what did it matter?
Yeah,
I was just chumming the waters, trying to stir things up. but
I
it didn't-
know. Well, it is what it is. This year coming up, you're gonna catch a ton of fish. I promise you that. We're gonna make it worth it. I promise. I promise. It was a good trip, anyways, man. You got to come and hang out and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. No doubt about that. We had a blast. Went up.
I wish we caught a lot bigger fish, though.
Hey, it's all right. That just means next time, anything we catch is better.
That's right.
You know,
Only
we set
makes
that bar real low.
And then we went into bear hunting. Came down and bear hunted. We fucking bear hunted our asses off, dude.
Just for him to be in front of the tree stand as you're packing the car on the last morning.
Oh my god. But we broke our curse, our hunting curse together. We finally killed something when we were both in the same state. So that's a great thing, dude. That was the turning page for us there. And getting on game and being able to kill things together. That was cool. We killed a doe there. So that was a turning page where we killed the curse, man. That's all that matters. So then everything's kind of going good there.
Oh, yeah. And that place
then-
has turned into be like a natural meat locker. Like,
There's still a lot of deer in there.
if you need meat, that's where you go.
Perfect.
So that we keep that as the backup now. It's like, okay, shit's slow. Let's go over to the meat locker.
No, I'm still gonna kill a bear there though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not a
Fuck.
doubt. It'll
Um,
happen.
then we got into what else? Then both went home we were both hunting like
Yeah, we went home. Both of us whacked a doe or two locally. The wife got her buck. And then I took the doe. And then the following week, it was Ohio.
Then we really killed the curse together. You guys have all heard that. I won't get too deep into that, but ended up shooting a real good buck together down in Ohio. We should have had 2 big bucks.
Again, screwed that one up.
Hey,
That's been my year. It's like,
Steve,
get there, fall short.
You know, it's kind of funny. I'll bring this back for a second. So when we had started East Coast, okay, and that pressure kind of gets onto you, like you gotta kill deer so that you look cool and whatever the case may be. I guess I said that kind of wrong, but
No, dude. I ain't even saying, dude, I was shooting at the first rack thing that walked by.
I get you,
screwed it
but this is the thing. So like when East Coast started and like we were out like hunting all the time and trying to like make content and kill deer and like it's a different feeling. Like when you're just doing it for fun and when it happens, it's one thing, like it's cool. But when you're like trying to kill it because like you have a different thought in your mind, like, hey man, I definitely got to kill it, or I have to put in more pressure, more effort to kill a deer because you're obviously, like you're an influencer, or I wouldn't even call it that. Like you're just like a lot of people watching what you're doing.
You need
You
the
know what I'm
content.
saying? Yeah, of course. I mean that's what we do, man. We're marketing content builders. So like we need the content, right? So like when East Coast started, that's all we did, dude, was try and hunt and shoot things. So like that for me was a big kick in the dick because the first year was one of the it was the most humbling year I've ever had in my life. Like, bro, just fucking hunt. Like, don't let that shit get to you because you have to just hunt. Just fucking hunt. Because I tried way too hard and thought I knew everything and totally I shot every doe that ever walked the face of the earth, but trying to shoot a buck was like not gonna happen, right? So like I get it, man. I understand it. So like you needed to go through that humbling year. I went through it.
You're 100% correct. And there's a trend here, and I'm really hoping this trend carries over. Granted, it's going to take a lot of shit on my end to make this actually happen, but coming off of last season was one of my best seasons.
Right.
I had a killer season. I knocked down a lot of good deer, a lot of out-of-state one-day trips, show up, kill the deer opening morning, buck down, go over here. I mean, it was a chaotic year. And then rolling into this year, it would just kind of took that nosedive. So with you, had that same thing. You came off a great year, got into the show, had that nosedive. This year, you had an incredible year. So next year, I'm going to have an incredible year. And then you can show me what year 3 would look like so I know whether to follow it or kill it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the thing. So like I had killed after I kind of like came out of it, like after the rut last year, or last year, that I killed a good buck back home. And then because I was away, we had hung to New York, and then I had come home and I killed a decent buck in Connecticut. This year, killing a buck in Connecticut was like
Chaos.
I guess, yeah, I mean, it was like tough, man. Oh, for all of you guys that don't know, I know that we were talking about my shooter buck being killed. He's still alive.
Yeah. That
Fucking asshole showed up on camera yesterday.
I got that picture and I was like, holy crap, dude. That thing's a twin to the one that died. That's insane.
Nuts. I'm so pumped. I mean, I'm so jacked up. I'm going to hunt a couple of days after him. If I kill him, I kill him. If I don't, I don't. I really don't care. I mean,
like, you know where he is. You can go find his sheds.
Deer's so
and kill him when he's
old.
bigger next year.
He's so old. No, he's so old. He's on the deduction right now, but I don't care, man. It is what it is, man. Like, if I kill a deer here, I'll be happy. But I'm going to shoot a couple more does. I'm going to hunt in the morning tomorrow. But it is what it is, man. I kill a deer. I kill him. It's cool just looking at him, finding him and looking at him. And we had done it together. Me and Seth had hunted together, put out cameras, and we found a big deer. We tried hunting him. He saw him on hoof. We thought he was fucking dead, so we didn't hunt him.
Dude, I was convinced he was done. I'm not
too.
going to lie.
He hadn't showed up on camera in fucking 3 weeks.
Comparing those pictures side by side from the kill versus that buck, there's no way you could have told me that was not him. It was the same deer minus that flyer.
So he has a flyer on the G2 both sides, but he has one on the G3. So this is the clearest picture we've had of him. His G3 on his right side has a kicker on it also. He also has a split G1. His brow tine is also split. I didn't know that. Fucking pretty cool.
Yeah, you couldn't see that in the last pictures.
No, you can't. This is the clearest picture. Once the snow hit the ground, it's the clearest picture. So he's alive. But whatever. But anyways, I hope to kill him. I hope to kill a good buck. I still got fucking a lot of time here, and I haven't set up my bait site. I should do that tomorrow. Yeah, whatever. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, no. So I killed a good buck when I had come home from New York last year, and then I got a really good buck this year. So you next year is gonna shoot a fucking giant wherever we end up.
Yep.
And go from there. I'm pumped. God, I'm pumped for 2021. If it's fucking everyone says it's the worst year of the thus far of their lives. It was one of our best years of our lives. So
yeah, as far as hunting goes, 2021 was epic for a lot of people. I mean,
2020
2020 was epic for a lot of people. 2021, either some of those people are going to get a taste of humble pie, or they're going to prove that they're beasts.
The other thing with this too, man, the deer. So there's a lot of like big deer like across the board. Like we've talked to a bunch of people from all over, and like a ton of big deer that have like come to the surface. Could you imagine the ones that make it through this year that were giants to next year, like having that, like we've had 3 years of mild winters, right? And I think that contributes to a lot of this. The deer that make it through this year are going to be fucking giants.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, dude. Hands down.
I'm going to make a call right here. I guarantee I find the biggest shed I've ever found in my life this season. Guarantee it.
I am right there with you. 100%. I think this year is going to be the year for big bone.
Big sheds. Yep. I'm putting everything I have on it that guys are going to find the biggest sheds they've ever found in their life.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. Hands down, no questions asked. And it's just because the amount of deer that we've seen on camera that are big deer that haven't been killed yet, those sheds have to be found. So that's just my opinion.
Right.
Then we got out of the whole deer. Well, we're still in deer season and everything like that, and then
Yeah, but
we're here.
you're rolling into ducks. You guys have been slaying the birds
Oh my God, Danny's
across the
put us on
board.
so many big fucking. I mean,
The geese, the
killed it.
ducks, the divers.
I haven't diver hunted all that much.
Yeah,
I've
but the
done
couple times you
zero.
guys did, you're slaying them.
Oh, the sea ducks.
Yeah,
I did real good with the sea ducks. Yeah, I haven't diver hunted yet. We goose hunted. They're at what do we kill today? We killed 6 today. That would put us at 84 for the season
yeah.
for geese.
So
So it's
a lot of
good year.
bologna and goose sausage.
Not sure what we're gonna make this year. So they all put them into like a tally. So I joined in with a couple of new guys and able to hunt with them on their spots, and they've just taken me out. So I've kind of like fell to the love of it again. But so I did goose hunting with those boys, and then Danny from Ducks on the Bay, we hunted with those guys up in Rhode Island. So I'll be hunting with them again. But I haven't done the diver thing yet. I might have to do that. Be all jacked up.
Told
But
you, man. If anything, I can be used as a bad example.
it's all right. I hope you can make the trip up here this year.
We'll see. The way
Yeah.
everything kind of twisted, it's kind of thrown a wrench in some of my
All right.
late season plans. So at this point, it'll be a scramble just to see what I can get in while there's still season.
It is what it is, man. Like we'll be here and whatever. There's always next year. Save it for fishing or hunting another hunting trip. What do you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
man? What do you want to do for hunting trips this year?
I don't know, man. I've been bouncing it around in my head because it's so hard to walk away from everything we just discovered in
I know.
Ohio. But at the same time, why don't we go anywhere else and do the same thing?
I agree.
I
I'm
mean,
not saying that it will happen, but
yeah, I'm like say if we can work something out and get to another one of these states that we haven't hunted where there are big deer, we can go out there and give it a try. If we can't get that to line out, Ohio is very affordable and it's right down the road.
I'd love to do Ohio again just because I kind of like fell to the love of it, but I'm not set on it.
Yeah, so we'll just see, you know.
I'd love to go there for a week. I might try and, you know me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might squeeze something in.
Hey, all the power to you, man.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I have that flexibility to be able to do those things, you know? It's like my goal this year is to shoot a bear. So I'm going to, like I was telling you before on the phone, like I want to try and do a bear hunt. I think I might go with Brockett to Maine and try and kill a bear up there. I'm
Right.
definitely coming to Virginia and trying to kill a bear.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least come down and hang out for the weekend when you go and you fucking shoot something. Maybe I'll come film you opening weekend. That would be kind of cool. I'm down with that. I think that would be great.
If the bears are moving, you can go chase the bear and I'll go chase the deer.
Yeah.
But you know what would be fun and something that I haven't done in a long time is look into a velvet hunt.
Yeah. You know,
I haven't velvet hunted since I left Arizona.
so why don't you want to go to North Dakota?
Dude, I'd be down. They're pretty affordable.
Well, Dev lives there.
Right.
We can go do that. We're just like inviting ourselves to Devon's house.
Hey, heads up, Devin.
Sorry, he's coming up. He'll be up here this weekend to drop off dogs. So maybe
Yeah, you sit down, talk a little shop. But
well, he's already invited me down there 1,000,001 times. So
Yeah.
let's fucking go. It's velvet season. Let's go.
Yeah, I think
Go
it'd be a
hunt public
blast.
land, like hunt the Badlands or something.
Oh, dude, it's a trip. That kind of hunt for velvet, dude. That's a good time.
Spot and stalk velvet. We'll start
Yeah.
the season off like that. It like starts like the end of. My boss is gonna kill me. My wife's gonna kill me.
Yeah, she'll probably be at that point going, "Get out of the house, leave
No,
me."
she'll probably come hunting with us.
Right? Yeah, that'll be the hard part is convincing the wives to let us go do it and not let them.
That's gonna be a hard part this year, huh?
Yeah. Now that Michelle's got one down, she knocked
Kim
that,
got a good one.
put that check in her bow. Kim's got hers. Yeah. Now that you're balancing two animals, it's no longer the wife's permission. It's the wife's allowing you to without them.
Yeah. Well, we were just gonna have to find deer somewhere else for them. Man. Yeah, so I want to try and shoot a bear. I might go up to bear camp. We'll see what happens. That's August. And then maybe a velvet hunt. I'm down with that.
I think a velvet hunt would be a blast.
Maybe a velvet hunt and then Ohio.
See, you were reading my mind. See, we do a velvet hunt as the big hunt, and then we go kick it for Ohio camp again.
It's all right. We go do fucking 2 weeks in Ohio.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know.
The
I
wheels are
really,
cranking.
I like the whole Kansas idea though.
Yeah. Then you're just playing the draw game. That's the downside.
Hmm. Is there an over-the-counter state that's good? Can we get Illinois?
Honestly, I don't know enough about Illinois' system off the top of my head to tell you.
Well, we're gonna put in for Iowa. We have to put in for Iowa because you
Yeah.
need 4 preference points, so we have to put in this year for that.
So Iowa and Kansas are both draw.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put in for my moose tag in Maine.
I'll put back in for elk in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I might have to do that one too.
Hey,
We're gonna have to like sit down, like
$10. It's $10.
yeah. What if we get drawn on it? Then we gotta.
You just buy an out-of-state hunt license, dude. It's
Yeah,
the
that's true.
cheapest hunt you can ever draw.
Mm. You have to, but you have to go with an outfitter.
No,
Pennsylvania. I thought you did.
no.
Hmm.
You can go solo. Your chances are a lot better with an outfitter.
I swore you had to go with an outfitter if you drew
Uh-uh.
in Pennsylvania.
Nope.
I know some states do that.
Yeah, but up there you can go public land DIY, but the success rate is like minuscule. And that's why they pretty much say you don't do it without an outfitter. Or you can just actually study all the kill details and records from the last since they've opened the hunt, and you can see where they tend to get killed. And then if you know how to hunt elk, you just go in there and hunt elk. And I'll put it this way: if I pull the tag, it's DIY.
All right.
I don't need a freaking guide to put me on elk.
All right. So I'm gonna put in for the tag, but if I get it, you have to come with me.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'd be stupid not to.
Well, I couldn't go alone. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dude. I might as well go frog hunting, dude. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. You know?
Oh yeah.
Really?
No, it'd be dope. That would be a fun trip.
Yeah. I think the other trip I might make too, I don't know. I want to do shed hunt somewhere in a Midwest state too. I might do Ohio. I'm not sure yet though. Like a long weekend maybe?
Yeah.
I'll be fun with that.
Just go down there and camp out, take rubes.
I might know a spot.
Maybe. There may be
spot.
some big deer around there.
Might.
No guarantee.
I'd like to go see it. I'd like to go see it post hunting.
Yeah.
I think. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like really nitpick that place, like really see what that place looks like. Because we only knew our walk-ins and our setups, and then that's it. We never really like ventured around the places to see anything.
Oh yeah. Naturally you wouldn't. So it would be cool as shit to get in there while it's thin before it greens up, when it doesn't matter. The pressure's not going to hurt anything. And just see.
I'd like to go see also by the boat launch, that spot we went and walked around too. Because I think there's a lot of good stuff in there, but we just didn't hit that properly.
That, like I said, that oak grove that I had set up on that day, I got a feeling could be an incredible spot. Just not when the wind's blowing 40 to 60 miles an hour.
Nuts. I don't know, man. Something about that place just kind of like has like some magnetic field that's just drawing me back to it, dude.
Well,
I don't know.
The sign was there.
If anybody has any ideas for us too, let us know, man. We'd love to hear your ideas. I guess we'll open it up to everybody. Kind of give us an idea of what you guys think. If you guys have some connections, I want to shoot a hog. Just throwing that out there. I know a guy.
That's easy. Just go south.
Go to Higgins. Go to Ryan Higgins.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just go south. That's easy. No, it would be fun. Probably not in the books for this year, just based on the way everything's playing out, but an Osceola hunt.
I do really, and that's another time of the year that's actually an open thing for me, but it's to shoot another turkey species.
Yep. it would be fun to get down to Florida down there in March.
I'm not going to Florida right now.
Not right now.
No.
In March.
March?
Yeah,
Their season opens in March?
Yeah, their season kicks off in March, dude.
Kentucky opens early too, right? Kentucky? Is it Kentucky? No, they have a velvet season.
Yeah, they've got a velvet season, but
Kentucky,
you've got like
Georgia,
Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, those southern states, they all kick off in like March for turkey, dude. So that's what I'm saying.
Fuck a shed season. You want to go turkey hunting?
You run down there and go smash an Osceola. And then you come up here and smash your Eastern.
I wonder if Higgins has a fucking, if they have Osceola. Is there Osceolas? And no, they're only in.
Yeah, it's only in Florida. Southern Florida.
They still have Easterns in Georgia.
Yeah.
We need something different. I want a Rio real bad. Like, that's my number one.
Well, see, and that's the thing is, if you're looking for multiple species, you need to be looking at like Nebraska and Kansas, because you could pull off a Merriam's and a Rio if you know the people that know where each species lives.
Somebody help us.
I do know one guy over, he used to be with Heads Up Decoys. I don't know if he still is or not, but we've been in touch and discussed it in the past. And he's got some spots that are both Rio and Merriam. So you have the possibility with 3 tags to get 2 species. Here's the other thing. And this is going to be a cool thing for this year, is trying to work it out with Andrew. Andrew's never got a turkey. And Andrew is wanting to come to Virginia to hunt and try to get his first turkey too.
What has he got there?
Merriam's, I believe. Where
all right, we're going there then. Fuck him. He can't come. We're going there. There's our subspecies right there, bro. See? Found it.
Yeah, like I said, he's close enough to Kansas that you could technically hunt Oklahoma, get a bird there, and then jump up to Kansas and hunt up there. You know, it's like a 5-6 hour difference.
You know, Steve. Got me.
And yes, Andrew, I'm calling you out. You're coming to Virginia for your first bird.
No, we're going to Oklahoma to shoot fucking our first bird.
No, we'll just do both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. We'll get him his first bird in his own home state, and then we'll shoot Merriam's.
There you go.
They are supposed to look like Easterns anyways, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the intermediate between an Eastern and a Rio.
Yeah, it doesn't have the white tips. I just want one with the white tips.
That's why I want the Rio. I want the color of the Osceola, and I want the white tips of the Rio.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
We'll figure it out.
I don't know. We got a lot of good things coming for 2021.
Yep.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we're gonna do something good.
You want to know probably the one thing about 2021 that's going to have me most interested?
What's that?
Is watching all these libtards who believe that voting in the supposed new presidential regime and thinking that that's going to change anything. And watching them freak out when nothing changes and go right back to doing the same thing they were doing in the last group of people.
It's been happening. We had a discussion, like, all right, if you ever want to have a good political discussion, you have it in the goose blind, okay, with a bunch of older guys, because that's what happens. Like, we had this conversation today. And the guy we hunt was like 70, and he's like, dude, this stuff has been happening since the 60s. It's been the same argument left and right since the 60s, and nothing's changed.
Right.
They're the same arguments. There's just more people in the world now. It's the only difference. He's like, nobody does anything. They all argue. The left argues why the right spent the money, but the right argues why the left spent the money, but they've all done the same things, but they spend it on their own shit. He says
at the end of the day, they're all getting rich. They're getting rich and nothing's happening.
There's just some type of scheme to blow it over your eyes, and the country gets poorer and the government takes more control.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get this podcast shut down if we keep on conversation, just letting you know.
Yeah. Well, we'll veer away from the politics because that's a deep, dark hole. And I'm not trying to start 2021 off on that foot.
It's just
So
stupid, dude. You guys just go out there. Whether one thing I don't like, and I've had this conversation with a lot of people, is the diversity that they've built into people. Like
you mean the
you
division?
divide, the
Yeah.
divide. Yeah, that's what I meant. The
They've
divide.
created a division that hasn't existed since the 60s.
Correct. They've made the divide so people are against one another
Yeah.
which is fucking stupid, man. You can't even have a conversation with somebody has different beliefs that you do.
Yeah. It's no longer
So
a conversation,
dumb.
it's an argument.
So dumb. I'm so over it. Whether you're
Ev-
fucking left, right, or center, it doesn't matter.
the end of the day, I bleed red. You bleed red. Everyone we know bleeds red. With exclusion to us vets, we tend to bleed green. But with exclusion to the Navy, I think they're blue. They're alien. Kind of weird. But anyway.
That's because they're full of semen. Sorry.
Nailed it. So, yeah, at the end of the day, what happened to human decency? That it's no longer that. That golden rule that we were raised with, do unto others as you would like done to yourself. What happened to that?
Because their mama didn't beat him with the belt.
That's exactly it.
Fucking
when parents quit spanking kids, shit went downhill.
My thing is where I have like the biggest problem with a lot of stuff, like this year, more or less more than others, is on a lot of these hunting pages. And Steve, I know you don't see a lot of it, but on a lot of these like Facebook pages and stuff, these guys where we have like the number of hunters is obviously higher than it's been in a long time, and a lot of people are more involved, right, with the outdoors than they've ever been because they're at home, they're not working, so on and so forth. So you see it on a lot of the hunting pages, and I run and moderate a lot of hunting pages online. A lot of people don't even know I moderate them. But anyways, and I keep my mouth shut. I don't talk on any of these pages. Every once in a while, unless you tick that one thing that pisses me the fuck off. And this is it. A lot of people are now on these pages, like I just said. A lot of new people are on these pages that have never hunted before. So when you break down somebody who's new at hunting or fishing because they're out there trying it and you don't like the way that they're doing it, but they look like idiots, but you're going to talk shit on them, that's where I have a problem. That's where I step in. So there was a small thing on one of the waterfowl pages that I help run, and there was a guy, and he was hunting right off the boat launch, and he had his decoys out, and this guy who, funny enough, was the something chief of the Navy, okay? And he pulled up to the boat launch, took a picture of the guys sitting on the bank with their decoys out right next to the boat launch, and they were hunting, and said, "Look at these clowns. Why would you ever hunt close to the boat launch like this?" And the comments went on, and some guys were making fun of them. Some guys were saying other things. And then I chimed in and said, "Listen," I said, "a real man would have asked them if they wanted to go hunting in your boat. Take them out hunting and teach them what it's really all about. Stop talking shit on them. Why don't you go ask them if you could help them, if you could point them in the right direction? Maybe they only had an hour to go hunting. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing, but they were out there trying it anyways, whether it worked or it didn't work. Like, why do you have to talk shit on them? Be a man and say, hey, I'm going out on my boat. I got extra room. Can you bring them out hunting? I mean, fucking ask them. Like, they don't know what they're doing, man. They're just out there trying to make it happen. Dude, you were in that position one time and somebody helped you, right? Somebody taught you or you taught yourself, but give that fucking hand out there and help them, man. When you see somebody that's deer hunting next to the parking lot, help them out. Ask them if they need help.
If you see me hunting next to the parking lot, don't come up next to me because there's a reason I'm sitting there.
Right.
Because the bucks like to sit next to the parking lot.
But it's just so irritating. And there's always ducks where that guy's word. But it's like, why do you have to talk shit on them? Like, who cares that they're hunting next to the go? They're out there doing it, man.
Yep.
Let them fucking do what they're doing.
I mean, there's only one way to learn. And if no one's there to teach you and tell you, a couple YouTube videos, a couple dollars at Dick's or wherever you get your gear, and go out into the woods, go get on the water, and figure it out. You may learn via failure, but you're going to learn.
But it's so irritating because, like, these guys are trying, man.
That's exactly
You're
it.
going to knock these people from like when they do something that's successful, they're not going to post it online and be congratulated and have that pat on the back from all of us because you're a fucking asshole, and they don't want to post because they got ridiculed for doing something that they thought was right.
Right.
Help them out, man. Help one another. Gain. Stop. And a lot of people don't realize this, and we haven't had a lot of these discussions, but anti-hunters are against us every single day, right? Left-wing people are against us with guns. The trapping industry is under attack. Like, all this shit is totally under attack every single day. The waterfowlers, they love waterfowl, and they take waterfowl in areas away from us. Turkey hunters, all across the board, everything we do is always under attack by somebody from the other side, right? So why the fuck are you guys arguing within each other? We have enough people that are attacking us. Why are we beating the shit out of each
You
other?
know why they do it? Because they're fucking insecure. That's what it is. It's a I'm better than you. Look at me. I'm going to talk shit on this guy, because ultimately they fucking suck. But I'm going to call it like it is. The guys that get on there and talk shit think they're hot shit. And if they sit next to someone with a clue, they're going to find out they're jack shit.
Caddy Cowboy, just remember what Steven just said. That was an inside thing, but I had to point that out there.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, man.
The guys
it's so
that
funny.
talk shit suck.
So it's kind of crazy, and I'm going to get shit for this, but I'll take it. And I'm going to get shit because Caddy Cowboy is going to give me shit, but there's certain people that I've kind of been around, like in the beginning of my time of hunting and fishing, and every time that they do something to try and make themselves look better, Caddy Cowboy will screenshot it and send it to me. And he'll be like, don't fucking talk about them on the podcast, but this is what happened. And I always get shit for it, but it's those kinds of things, like taking pictures and posting them up like, oh, look, I'm so blessed. You want to go into that? Okay. And I say this all the time, and I shouldn't fucking say this, but this is a thing that I had a good conversation with Matt about this. Anybody that says that they're fucking blessed is pretty much trying to be humble by putting something up and saying that they're blessed. Like, hey, look at me. But they want to say a word that's like,
yeah, without saying, look at me.
Yeah, without just trying to keep themselves humble, like sound humble without saying it. And I catch myself. If I ever say that, somebody fucking call me out about it, because it made so much sense when Caddy Cowboy was telling me this. And fucking, when you say that you're blessed, you're literally saying, look at me, look at me,
Yes.
look at me, look
It's
what I
attention
did.
seeking.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's attention seeking. Now, if you want to say you're blessed and you take a picture of the sunrise,
You're blessed.
Something incredible, a great view, cool
I
interaction.
think I do that like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever taken a picture of a deer.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm blessed.
Something happens during the event that you're like, wow, that was awesome. I appreciate that. I'm blessed to have been a part of that. Like being there to help you with your deer, I was truly blessed to be a part of that. But going, I just baited in this 200-inch buck. Look at me. I'm so blessed. I paid an outfitter $25,000 for this buck. I'm so blessed. No, you're not blessed. You're fucking rich.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You were blessed with the right sperm.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you're going to post a bunch of pictures of your kills for the year and say, I'm blessed, that means like you're saying, like, look at me. I'm the fucking shit, but I don't want to say that I'm the shit. I'm just going to say that I'm blessed. But you're really not fucking blessed.
Yeah, I would be more appreciative if someone said, I had an incredible season. I put in a ton of work, and here are the results. Yep. Okay, now we have context. You found something, you put in work, and you accomplished that goal. Mm-hmm. Now we can look at you and go, great job. But to just go, oh, so blessed. Yeah, no, I'm not buying it.
No.
Yes, you are blessed. But don't use that in the context as, look at me.
Yep. And it's just one of those things, and you see it all the time, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Fucking hang it up. Like,
yeah.
You're doing it in front of a peer of people that already knew that you fucking did it.
Yeah.
If you just want to post a picture of a fucking deer, just post it and be like, dude, listen, I love these memories. These are real memories that I had taken back.
Well, here's
Or
one
take me
other.
back here.
Here's
Or
an alternate to all of that. If you get something that was completely unexpected and you want to do a look at me, instead of saying, oh, I'm so blessed, type in the truth. I'm lucky as shit. Because
Yeah.
we're going to go, yeah, dude, you're pretty friggin' lucky if that thing walked by.
Listen, I love seeing pictures. I love people that bring back old memories, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
people do it all the time. Like, dude, I can't stop looking at this deer. I think it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I'm all about that, but don't try and get the attention
Yeah.
like in a way that like you're so fucking lucky. Yeah, we all know you're fucking lucky, but don't put it in a place that you're trying to be humble when you're not. Like, there's no need to be humble.
Well-
We already know you fucking killed the deer or you caught that big fish. Like, I do it all the time and I catch myself doing it all the time, but I'm just blessed to have those opportunities as a human being. Like, I live that life that I'm so blessed to live.
Right. See, and that's the difference. You're blessed to have that life to go out and do it.
Correct.
It's not, I'm blessed every time I get a trophy or I do something cool.
No, that's a lot of fucking work. I'm not blessed. I busted my balls to do that.
That's the difference. I mean, one great example going back on 2020, and this stuck out to me quite a bit while we were in Iowa. So we got to go and do a little bit of video for the Brewster Buck, and hearing his story and listening to him talk and listening to, I don't even know if you'd call him his manager or whatever, but the guy who guided him through the process.
Yep.
And he goes, I don't post it on social media. I don't want Facebook posts. I don't want magazine articles. He didn't do any of that stuff. He's like, no, I got this deer. Let me take the deer home. I'm gonna go get it mounted and hang it on the wall. And that's all I want. I don't publicize it. And that speaks volumes because the dude knows what he got and he doesn't want to deal with the bullshit. He just wants to appreciate it.
So what happened? All right. So what happens if you shoot the biggest deer in your county?
I'm gonna come out and say I'm the luckiest son bitch because right now I ain't seeing anything bigger than a forkhorn. And I'll flat out tell you I'm lucky as shit.
So like, yeah, you are like, but like, I wouldn't want like something big to happen from it though.
Right.
Because like everybody's gonna investigate it, and then there's gonna be all them. So all right. So for example, there's a guy here that shot quadruple drop time 2 years ago here in Connecticut, or no, it was last season. An absolute fucking giant. Do you know how many stories came out about it? How he poached this deer, how he fucking did this, that, and the other thing. Like, they had him on trail camera, and he did this and he did that, but he didn't do none of those things, dude.
Well,
the dude actually wrote a fucking book about the deer. It's titled "The Deer That I Wish I Never Shot."
Yeah.
Because of all the fucking publicity he got for no fucking reason. Like, just let someone shoot a fucking deer.
Well, and that's the thing is, if it's me in that scenario, this is what I would do personally. I would shoot the deer. I would recover the deer. But before I move the deer, I'm tagging it. Even if, like in Virginia, you ain't got to tag it. But a deer like that, I'm going to take the confirmation number and I'm going to tape it to its horn. And then I'm going to call DNR and say, can you come out and look and verify this before I move or change anything?
Well, the good thing about us is we video everything now. So everything is video documented.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is now you have all of this, but then to have a game officer come out and verify and validate, there's no bait within 200 yards of me or whatever. There's no illegal technology used. There's none of this, none of that. And he goes, this was a legitimate, ethical, legal kill. And then I'm going to move that animal. And I'm going to have it in a statement from him. So when someone does that, I go, I'm calling you bullshit. Here's the video. Here's the documents.
I think that everyone should video all of their hunts. They should have to legally video all of their hunts because it keeps them so fucking honest.
That, and it leaves a lot more big deer in the woods because when you run a camera, you tend to screw up on big deer. Just saying.
So
ups our chances.
I'll tell you this is that like working in the taxidermy shop, like even my own, like the Euros and stuff, dude. Guys would be like, "Oh man, this deer was chasing this doe and this, that, and the other thing." What they don't realize is that I gotta take the bottom jaw off.
Yeah,
So when you shoot it over a fucking corn pile and I crack open its mouth and it's got
it's full of
fucking
mouth
half a
or
fucking bat, yeah,
full of corn and all the other crap. You can
yo,
see it.
I know what the fuck you're doing. You
Anyone
don't
who's
think?
never shot a deer over a bait pile and then had to remove the jaw, you don't understand. That mouthful he was chewing on for the last 5 minutes is still in there. And it's
Fucking
a
idiots.
bitch to get out.
That are the guys that bring it into a taxidermy shop and they're like, "Oh, I shot this thing with a 30-06 at 250 yards." Bro, there's a 22 mag fucking hole in the center of his forehead. You don't
Right.
think I don't have to take the fucking skin off? I know everything that happens to that deer 3 hours before you fucking killed it. Oh, you guys are retarded. We know there's deer poached. We know there's poached
Oh,
deer.
dude.
We know it. Like it's not stupid. You don't think I don't fucking know? Like, dude, I'm I'm like a coroner, bro. I fucking autopsy everything before it fucking goes to be fucking mounted. You don't think I don't know what the fuck happened to that deer? People are so like, it's just like, it's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Or the guys that they'll come into the shop and they'll be like, "Do I need a confirmation number?" Because in Connecticut, you need a confirmation number. Yes, dumb fuck. You need a confirmation number. You can't bring something into my shop without a confirmation number.
In other words, it's your ass. Yeah.
No, no, it's not even, Steven, it's not even this, dude. I'm not the cops.
No, I know. I'm saying if Game
I'm
and
not
Fish
the
does come in
enforcer.
and inspects your shit and you've got shit in there without confirmation numbers, now you're illegally holding shit. And then you run into the shit like the Bomars.
Well, this is the deal. So, like, dude, I'm not an enforcer. I'm not the cops. I'm not anything like this. When you ask me, do I need a confirmation number? Now I need a confirmation number. If you were to make up a confirmation number, that's on you.
Yeah.
I don't care. You could fucking write 911 3 times in a row and that's your confirmation number. I'm not here for that. That's not what I'm here
Yeah.
for.
You're not calling and checking it.
No. And that's way too much time for me. And that's not my job. That's the warden's job. The warden comes down, they take the book, they can go through the confirmation number. But if you're shooting deer in the county that you probably shouldn't be doing something that you did and you get caught and they find out that it's at my shop, where do you think the first place they're coming? To
Right.
my shop.
Yeah.
They're going to seize the animal, they're going to check your confirmation number. Just fucking do things right. Like, oh, it's so irritating. Sorry. I get so mad about it. I get worked up about it. Like
I
we had
feel you.
another one the other day that the guy shot it right in the center of the forehead with a 22 mag. I'm like, bro. I mean, maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he didn't do it. I'll give him that. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. The fucking thing was lodged in the center of his forehead, though. It was just mushroomed right underneath the skin. It was probably not the kill shot, but I see all kinds of crazy shit, dude. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I've done one. I just finished one. There's one in the shop that just got finished. Somebody had shot it with a 22 and it had made or shot it with something in the forehead and it made a dimple right behind the horns. And it was inside there. It was all gelled up and shit. And it was like this big dimple. It's not what killed the deer, but somebody had whacked it. You see them all the time with like pellets inside their skin, fucking
yeah.
people shooting them with all kinds of shit. I love it. I
Mhm.
think it's the greatest thing in the world. It is what it is. I don't care what you do.
Oh,
Just be
well,
smart.
I don't know. Rolling into 2021, I'm sure we'll see more chaos. We'll make some more changes. We'll continue to evolve and keep doing things bigger and better and harder. Is there anything like rolling into 2021 that's like, this is, talking about the New Year's, what do they call them? Resolutions,
Goals.
goals and resolutions. Sure. Do you have anything like off the top of your head that you want to do in 2021?
I think honestly, I mean, I got a couple of things. Like I want to knock one animal off the list this season that I've like tried to kill. I mean, I want to kill a bear this year.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's like one of my things I definitely want to do. And one goal that I always set for myself is I want to shoot one deer that's good enough to be mounted. I think that's like one of my things. Like I just want one good buck every year. Whether I don't care how big it is, it doesn't matter as long as it's good enough to be on the wall as a regular mount. That's if I shoot one a year, I'd be fucking very happy with that. And I think just continuing to be part of such good things every single year, as far as just being around different people, getting different people into the sport, and just having a bunch of laughs and having a great time every single time I go out. I mean, that's definitely like always my goal, and I think that those are kind of those things that I stick with.
Hell yeah, man. I
How about
feel
you?
honestly, the one thing that this year's really kind of brought to the forefront of my head is properties permission and more preseason information. So, let some properties go, did a lot of switch to private, made the push this year to hunt without cameras,
Yeah.
and it was slightly, I'll call it acceptable results, but it's not the results I got while scouting with a camera. I can honestly say side by side that scouting with the camera was far more productive for me, but it was fun this year going out, shooting off the hip, going off the sign the old fashioned way. But now I really understand what them old timers that were consistent went through, because we were consistent, but it wasn't consistent on the kind of deer I'm used to chasing. So the goal for this year is I want 2 local properties that are private that we can get on and do Sunday hunts, so we're not twiddling our thumbs and looking for mushrooms when we're in the peak of the goblin or the peak of the rut.
Oh, because you can hunt on Sundays on private land there.
Yeah, private land you can still hunt in
Ugh,
Virginia, just not public.
so fucking awesome. Not near church.
Right, exactly. That, and then really identify some new spots, like legitimately have presets ready to go on some of the public out here instead of walking in blind.
Yep.
I think that would have made a big difference to my season here in Virginia. Because every spot I went to one spot 3 times. Everywhere else I went was walked in for the first time, found a place, got in a tree, and that was it, for the entirety of Virginia. So I want to kind of mix that up and give myself some more options. And other than that, just build on what we got going here and keep shit popping.
Fuck yeah, man. I think we're gonna have a killer 2021. So weird to say.
Yeah, it
2021.
does. Yeah,
It's so close, man. I just want to wish everyone the greatest New Year's ever. Happy New Year's.
definitely, guys. Happy New Year's. Kick it
I
off.
do have one question before we get crazy. Because I don't think we've ever answered this fucking question.
Actually, I believe we have.
Well, we did probably have. We haven't in a while. So it's not the question you think you're gonna ask. Just so you know.
Carry on.
What do you think was the best what drives you outdoors answer that you've gotten thus this far?
Dude, that's tough. Because we've had some, all of them have been good. We've had some that are just, like inspiring, some that have been like just blunt and direct. Sons of Fall, they had a couple good ones. The last episode, our Christmas episode, he said it best, in my opinion. What drives you outdoors? Not being inside.
Right.
I mean, that one will remain pretty obvious to me. I'd have to go back and actually look who said it. That's why I said this is a tough one, because
I don't know who said them, but I know what they are.
Right. And that's the thing, is I think one of my favorite was definitely about creating, going out and doing this to inspire the next generation. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's ultimately about, at least to me. And I know it's very influential to you. And I think that one's going to sit on top because, especially the way this year's gone, we've really had that opportunity to show the new generation and get them involved with the lockdowns and the dumb shit that's gone on. It's been a perfect opportunity. So I'm going to stick with that for this year.
I think honestly, like, I don't know who said it, and now that I think about it, but fuck, it's like at the tip of my tongue, or I can just remember the conversation. Somebody said their father. And that to me is like always like, I guess it's something that like I'm thankful for, and I think that a lot of people are, because like they were born and raised into a hunting family. Like if you're
Right.
not, like, it saved my life. Like there's no doubt about it. Like I lost one of my best friends that I grew up with to an addiction recently this week. And I couldn't imagine like the person that I am, like, if I probably could have been in the same exact boat. And like
Right.
the outdoors, like growing up in an outdoor family, being able to fish and hunt all the time, honestly saved my life. So, and I think that there's a lot of other people that was the same way, like you coming back from the military, the
Oh,
outdoors saved your life. Ryan from Ryan off the
Ryan off
grid,
the grid.
same thing, man.
Great
Like
example.
I think that the outdoors has saved a lot of people's lives. And I think honestly, like, that's one of the things that drives me outdoors, man, is just trying to save other people's lives and like trying to point them in the right direction that the outdoors is what it is, man. Like there's so many kids that I've worked with in my past that like they're still out there and they're probably going to surpass what I'm doing. And like seeing them and being on the boat and teaching them the things that I taught them with fishing or turkey hunting or whatever. And I hope that it saves some kid's life, man. Like the outdoors, going back, like it saved my fucking life, man. I didn't grow up in the greatest place in the world. I didn't grow up with the most money in the world. But I'll tell you what, I could have gotten in a lot of fucking trouble at a young age. But this is what changed me and been able to do what I do. And I think that it's so fucking important. Funny story, and I talk about it all the time. Actually, the kid just texted me. That's why I brought it up. Good friend of mine here in town. Didn't have the greatest upbringing. Was into the wrong things. And he now that he's getting older, had a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and he wanted to get into archery hunting. Had started listening to our podcast, and I my first bow and arrow I bought from him for like $50. He needed money, and so I bought it off him. I shot him a couple of deer with it, and he was getting into it, so I handed it back down to him. Well, he this week shot his first deer
Hell yeah.
with
That's
that
awesome.
bow. So it's obviously changed him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's just fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? And the outdoors is just one of those things in some way, shape, or form. I hope that it saves somebody's life.
Hell yeah, man. That shit was
That
a
was
little,
very long winded. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that shit was a little too deep for the rest of this podcast, but so true.
No, but it's just something that like it's always in the back of my mind, man. You know, like
No, I feel
I
you, man.
imagine like where I would be today if it wasn't for the goals that I have.
About 150 pounds bigger.
150 pounds bigger, probably dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Hey.
fucking cool, man. Like, just meeting everybody that I've had the chance to meet this past year, the past 5 years. It's just totally changed everything that I am.
Oh yeah. It changes your perspective and it makes you blessed.
No, but it changes your perspective sometimes because some of the people that you wish were the fucking man are definitely not the men.
Yes.
I've been there, done that.
Exactly.
We've had that conversation.
Yep. But you know, it is what it is.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. He just shot his second deer ever. That's what he was texting me.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Fucking awesome. Fucking so cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Full circle. So he got one and went back for more. That's what
Shot
it's
his second deer with this old bear, dude. This old bear that we had it was his grandfather's thing. It was pretty cool. Fucking, I don't know. It's
Sweet.
just dope. Whatever.
That right there is a really good way to cap off 2020 for the show.
Amen.
That, I mean, you can't end it any better than that. So, anything you want to leave everyone with? Last chance to throw something out into the wind for the year and then let it rest.
I don't, man. Just make 2021 better than 2020.
I like it. I was going to go with don't be stupid and keep grinding.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just get that outdoor drive, man.
Hell yeah. Well, you heard it. We're cutting it. 2020 is done and over with. And it's been a hell of a ride right here on the Outdoor Drive.